Hello, everyone, and welcome to my November Currently Inked. I know I didn't do one last month, but I was actually pretty busy, and the job I was working, even though it was a temporary job, was quite physically demanding. So it left me pretty exhausted at the end of the day. And honestly, I didn't really do much fountain pen wise. Like, I didn't really ink them up with new inks. I inked one up, and that was about it. So, honestly, nothing really new or exciting happened. But now that I have more time, we're gonna get going on my November Currently Inked. And we're going to start off with my one of my tiny bottles of Pilot Aroshizuku Kirisame. I got a set of like 3 of these little bottles, and they're super cute. I know this ink is actually discontinued at this point in time, which is really unfortunate because like it is an absolutely gorgeous gray ink. It has so many lovely undertones to it, but I believe it has been discontinued due to one of the inks used to mix it, because it has a bit of a pink purple undertone. So I believe one of those pink purple inks is the one that is discontinued, as some of their pinks have also been discontinued. But anyway, it is currently inked up in my TWSBI Diamond 580 in Smoke and Rose Gold. It's showing up a bit lighter than usual, I think, in this pen. Or it was, but that's because I had washed out the pen. And that just ended up watering it down very slightly. It also has a few sparkles in it, because I had a shimmer ink in this at some point, and I don't know if you can see that. Probably not, because it's not going to focus at this distance. But there is little bronze-ish shimmer near around here. Inked. And I love my TWSBI Diamond. I had wanted this fountain pen for a while by the time I actually got it, and I do not regret the purchase at all. Smoke, Rose, Gold. And it is a medium nib. Although I would say, even though it's a medium nib, it writes like a Western fine. Yeah, I love grays with a more purple undertone to them. And I love a grayish purple ink. Next up, we have Tasha Umemurasaki, which is plum purple. I have inked this up before, and I know I have done this combo before, but I'm not sure if I've done this combo on this channel before. No, I had that in my matcha, not the one it's currently in. But this is an ink that I basically fell in love with as soon as I saw it. It has so much interesting shading happening. Like, it somehow has green to it. And I have that inked in my lovely Just Turnings fountain pen. This pen has almost been consistently inked up since I purchased it at the beginning of the year. And I love it. It has a fine Yovo nib, I believe number 6. And you can't really go wrong with it. I don't remember the rest of this name. It's really long. Utamaro is the part I forgot. Okay. Tasho Ukiue Tamaru. I love that even though this is a fine nib, you can still see the shading in it. Unfortunately, this blank that this pen was made from does not have a name. But it is from Brooks Blanks, the Carolina Pen Company. I love that ink so much. Look at all of that. I don't know how well you can see it, but look at all of that shading that's going on right now. If you actually let the ink dry out a little bit in a fountain pen that is not quite sealed properly, it is a bit, it develops a green sheen to it. Next up, we have this ink that I actually picked up recently from Scriptus. This is the Scriptus exclusive ink called T.Teal. And I don't actually have very many bright toned inks. A lot of them are like, I would say more jewel toned. And this makes up for it. It is a very bright teal, but I'm quite fond of it. I mean, I better be. I bought a whole bottle of it. The brand it's from is from Pannonia, which is a new to me brand. And I've been really liking the behavior of this ink. And I have it inked up in my Esterbrook SD in the Jurassic colorway. This colorway I absolutely love, and it was kind of an impulse purchase, but it was a great impulse purchase, let me tell you. I have to be careful how I write T-dot, which is, some people call Toronto that, but I don't. That's what T-dot stands for, because Scriptus is in Toronto. But anyway, I have to be careful how I spell that, because as you can see, I write in all capitals, except for the letter E, and it just looks like toot. Which, nothing wrong with that. Inked in, Mr. Brook. it works so nicely in this pen. I forgot how to spell Jurassic. Okay, I was right. It does have two S's. And this also has a fine nib. I like more fine nibs. It's not quite a match for this pen. I'm not really matching pens this month too much, but it's nice, it's fun. This teal ink, when you put it in water, it gets quite, like the water gets pretty stained with it. And last but not least, for the most part, is this one of the samples I picked up from Scriptus, and this is Birmingham Pen Co. Corn Earworm, which corn earworm is a bug. So if you have a fear of those, I do not recommend looking that just corn earworm up. But the color, from what I can tell, is pretty close to the color of the bug itself. And I quite like this ink. I did test it I did swatch it next to Muddy Sand from Robert Oster, and it is quite similar. However, this is slightly redder than Muddy Sand. And I have it inked up in a pen I actually picked up from Scriptus. And I absolutely love this pen. It is from London Pen Company. And Sean, the guy who makes the pens, he told me the name of the blank, but I completely forgot what it was. And I feel kind of bad about that, but there were so many people at Scriptus, I was a little bit overwhelmed. But this is, I believe, the C14 model. And the blank reminded me of hot magma. Yeah, sorry, I'm just like twirling this and staring at the colors and the shimmer. I just really like this, which I bought it. Ooh, oh my goodness. Okay. And this can actually post, but I'm not really posting it. Birmingham. But yeah, not really hearing, but when seeing the name Corn Earworm, honestly, all I could think about was like the band Korn, which is spelled with a K, and an earworm from them. Which I know, going into it, that is not what the name means at all. Oh, inked in London Pen Co. Question mark, because I forget the name. And it is a fine Bach nib. I'm basically only familiar with the Twisby and Yovo nibs, so this has been a new experience for me. I like it. It's a nice nib. But honestly, I'm not overly picky. If it writes smoothly and a bit wet, I'm happy. And last but not least, I'm not really counting it as like the main inks for this month, is I have actually inked my Leonardo Memento Zero Grande with Diatramentus Document Black. Because, as I've said before, I like I like making sure at least one of my pens is inked in a document black. And this month, it's this pen. And oops. Even though this is an extra fine, it writes pretty much like a fine, which I find interesting. And I have double checked the nib, and it does say extra fine. So, I don't know. I still like it though. And there we have it. I currently inked for the month of November. It's not too many inks, but I know it's an amount that I will use and mostly get through during the month. And that is what is most important for me right now. Because in some months previously, I had some more inks or more pens inked up, probably around 6, and I found that to be a bit too much. So I think this is perfect for me. And at least 2 of these inks I'm quite familiar with and I've used before, and I know I'll get through them in the pens. And these 2 I am excited to continue to explore throughout this month. And I love how you can see the different colors showing up in these 2 inks at the bottom here. And with that, I'll be heading off. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll tune in next time. Bye.